So we've arrived at Alvechurch. I'm just rolling the barrow up to the Arrow Lake. I've had a little tiny look round and I've seen signs on the first peg, but I don't think I'm going to go over there because every time I come here and try and fish, I never catching it, even though I see signs of fishing it. So I'm most probably going to go in the middle of the lake, which is a natural patrol route for the fish, and try and intercept the fish instead of going in a peg, which I've seen the fish, but I've never had any good success on it before. So I've mixed the bait mixer. The bait mix consists of sweet corn, hemp, boilies, boilie crumb, a few fish your own pellets, and a heck load of squiddy ground bait, just to give off a nice cloud and draw the fish down. So I've arrived in the swim now. I'm in the what I call the aerator swim, which is not in the middle of the lake, but not far away from the middle of the lake. But I'm in basically a natural patrol route, as I just said, for the fish. And I'm going to try and intercept a few, and as they patrol through, see if I can't attract a few fish down onto the bait, get them feeding, and yeah, see if I can't nick one. So I'm going to set the gear up now, tie some rigs, attach them to the rods, get them out there and see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned. As you can see, I'm in my bivvy now. I haven't set the buzz bars up or the rods up yet. All I've done is got the bait out, set my bivvy up, got everything in my bivvy and stuff like that. And as I said earlier, I'm going to give the fish about an hour or two to give them a chance to get on the feed and get comfortably feeding before I interrupt them by putting rigs out. Just make sure that they're kind of a little bit distracted with feeding, so when I put the rig into the present the rig to them, they won't be spooked as much as they would be if you just put a load of bait in and put this rig straight out there. Just make sure they're concentrating on feeding and not concentrating on anything else. So when I put the rigs in, it just kind of minimises the chances of them getting spooked by the rigs going in. But they probably will get spooked. But what will happen is they most probably, because I've given them an hour or two, they'll want to come back for the feed, and then they should move back in about 10 to 20 minutes after I put the rigs in. So that's why I haven't put the rods out yet. I'm just going to give them a chance to get on the feed and get them comfortably feeded. What I wanted to do before I set up the rods is just show the rig I'm going to be using today. I haven't tied it yet. I'm just going to show you how to tie it quite quickly. Basically, I'm putting both rods out on pop-up rigs. They're the same rig but different bait presentations. One's going to be a pop-up boilie rig, and one's going to be a pop-up sweet corn rig to match the bait that I'm putting out there. As I said, the bait mixes consist of boilies, sweet corn, hemp, a few fishery own pellets, a load of squiddy ground bait, and a bit of liquid attractant as well. So yeah, so I'm going to tie the rig now. First thing you need to do is strip off about 15 inches of soft end trap from Corda, and this is the gravity brown to match the bottom of the lake here. So I'm going to do that now. Strip off about 15 inches or so. Just need to get my scissors. So yeah, chop off about 15 inches of end trap soft. Then you want to get your, well, you want to strip off the hair section to give you a hinge effect, about 2 to 3 inches of the outer coating, which I shall do now. Probably fast forward a bit of the video. So there you have it, stripped off about 3 or so inches of the outer coating to give me a nice hinge effect and to give the hook bait more movement. Then I'm going to create a loop. Right, so there you have it, a nice overhand loop. Chop off the excess. I shall try all these scissors. To be difficult. Now the next thing I would do is actually thread on my hook bait, but because I haven't got a needle, I'm going to have to quickly hop over to the Alvechurch tackle shop and see if they got a needle. I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to obviously fast forward the video, so I'll be back in a bit. Right, so I'm back at the bivvy now. I've just bought a needle, 275. Let's get on with tying this rig. So as I said, you coat about, you strip off about 3 inches of the outer coating. I've tied a loop for the hair, and now what I'm going to do now is thread my hook bait onto the hair. I think I'm going to go for a 15mm Scopic Squid Red pop-up to match the hook bait for the first rig. I'll do the I'm going to do the sweet corn rig later, to be honest with you. So threaded that on, secure it with a bait stock. With a bait stuff like so. Then you want to get your hook. In this case I'm going to be using a size 8, no, I'll go for a size 10 I think. Actually no, I am going to go for a size 8, I think a size 10 would be too small for the hook bait I'm using. So, a size 8 Y-gate. The reason I'm going to be using a Y-gate hook is because basically for the simple reason that I like using Y-gate hooks for popper rigs. So get one of them out. Thread the hooklet material through the back, front of the eye. Then you want to start your knotless knot. You want to make sure that the hair is really small. You want the hook bait to be as close to the hook as possible to get the angle in which you want the hook bait to be popped up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it a bit further down. Right then, so there's the finished rig in all its glory with the loop to attach it to a hook length connector in the other end of the hook length material. I'm just going to go over the rig again. So I've got a 15mm Scopic Squid Red popper boilie, a size 8 Y-Get B hook from Corda, and that's tied as a knotless knot to that hook. Just a simple rig. As I said earlier, I've made the hair as short as possible to give it its unique angle and to allow it to be balanced at in a kind of an arc form. I reckon it gives you better presentation, and it also gives it an aggressive hooking angle as well, and it just improves the hooking ability of the rig. Then you've got a sinker about half an inch, if that, away from the hook. because you only want it popped up about an inch or two off bottom. A bit of putty rolled it around the sinker to balance the hook bait. End trap, I think it's end trap soft hook length material from a braid from Corda, and a loop at the other end of the hook length to allow me to quickly change between the hook lengths. So I'm going to attach it to a lead system now and get it straight out there and see if I can't get anything. Alright, so I don't know if you can see me, but it's just about night time now. It's just about getting dark. Both rods are now out. I got them out about 2 or 3 hours ago, but I brought both of them back in and switched the only switched rod's rig over to a pop-up sweet corn knotless knot rig. So they're both out now on their pop-up rig. The left-hand rod's out on a pop-up sweet corn knotless knot rig, the same rig I showed you earlier, and the right-hand rod's out on a pop-up boilie knotless knot rig, the same rig I showed you earlier. I've already told you the bait mix they're fishing over. Haven't had much action yet, haven't even had a line bite yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. I highly doubt we're going to get anything this session because they just drained out the lake. Very, very shallow it is. It's only about 4 foot the deepest at the moment because they had to drain it so they could net it on the Monday and Tuesday. Just a quick update about that actually while I remember it. They managed to pull out a £25 ghostie and a load of different 20s. They think they've got about 6 or 7 different 20s in here now, so we'd like to catch one of them, but I highly doubt we're going to get anything this session because, as I just said, too shallow. But yeah, I'm going to go back in my bivvy now, shut the door, watch a film, and yeah, go to sleep and see what happens in the night. If I do catch anything in the night, I'll try and film it, but I'm on my own this session, so I haven't got anyone to hold the light over the fish or anything like that, so you probably won't see anything. If I get a bite 2 hours or an hour before dawn, then I probably will try and keep the fish in the net, but as I said, it's very shallow around the peg, so I probably won't be able to keep it in the net or a retainer sling or anything like that, but we'll see. We'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll talk to you again, rather if I get a fish in the night, or I'll talk to you again in the morning. Okay then. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I've got a small mirror carp for around 3 or 4 pounds, not big at all. It's a regular little bugger. Caught it on a pop-up sweet corn knotless knot rig. Literally not big at all, only a couple of pounds. So I'm going to keep my left-hand rod in now till the morning and switch it over to a bottom bait rig, see if that attracts the bigger fish in. But at least I know there's a few fish feeding in my swim. So yeah, I'm going to try and get a picture of this one, see if this will work. Right, so as you can see, it's morning now, and believe it or not, it's actually snowing at this moment in time. The time is 7:52. I got up about 6:30, brought both rods in. I switched my right hand rod over to a double bottom bait blowback rig to see if the bigger fish will go for the bigger baits. And it's just basically I switched it over to try and target the bigger fish because I did have some action last night at about 10:30. I was just getting to sleep and all of a sudden the left hand rod roared off. It was like the run was like I had about 3 or 4 beeps, and then it just absolutely roared off, and as I got outside he was actually taking line off the reel because I put it on a loose clutch just in case I did hook one of the bigger fish. Talking about the left hand rod, I'll switch that over to, I haven't really switched the rig as such, well I have actually, I switched it over to a pop-up boilie knotless knot rig instead of a sweet corn rig, and I've shortened the hook length down and put it inside a PVA bag full of crushed Scopex squid red boilies and my stick mix, which is just squiddy ground bait, crushed squid boilie, Scopex squid red boilies, and I've mixed it with oil so it doesn't dissolve the bag, but I've also put a load of Scopex squid red liquid attractant in it. So yeah, as I said, both rods are out now. I topped off the swim at 6:30. I brought both rods in, and before I got them out there and set them all up, set them up with the different rigs, I got 3 spoms well, no, 5 spoms on the right hand swim, and I also catapulted about 15 boilies out on that swim just to match the hook bait that I'm going to be putting out there, which is double bottom bait blowback rig. So if I put loads of boilies out there, my double bottom bait should blend in really well, so just to prevent anything from standing out as such. And I put about 3 spoms on the left hand swim because, as I said, I'm fishing a PVA bag, so the bait in the PVA bag should attract the fish in the swim instead of putting loads of bait out there and overfeeding the fish. But yeah, there's a lot of activity in the swim at the moment. There's a load of birds that just coming in on my bait now. I'll tell you now, if they take any of my bait, I will be pissed off. But there you go. So yeah, so I had some action last night at 10:30. Only a small stockie, unfortunately, but I think the small stockies are going for like the smaller natural baits, if you know what I mean. Because I had a stockie on a critically balanced maggie ball blower rig, and now I've had it on a sweet corn pop-up knotless knot rig. So small baits really, and they're just attracting the small fish, and so that's why I switched my right hand rig over to a bigger hook bait to try and target the bigger fish. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm going to cook myself some breakfast now, and yeah, just wait and see what happens. I'm going to be leaving about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and I will do an update video before I leave. If I catch a fish, obviously I will video it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. I will do an update later, but for now, I'll see you later. So it's come to an end of my Alvechurch session now. I've nearly packed all the gear up, brought all the rods in. I had another run earlier, but it came straight off, so that was a bit of bad luck. So I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks' time and kind of adjust my tactics slightly, adjust the rigs so they're more targeted at the bigger fish. I've worked it out now. I've worked out that the smaller fish go for the more standout natural baits, and the carp go for the more standout kind of boiler rigs, kind of a bigger bait presentation. They go for the more bigger baits than the smaller baits. So that's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to change the rigs over to boiler rigs basically. So I hope you enjoyed this part 4 of the campaign, and stay tuned for part 5. Thank you.